Good evening and welcome to this special episode of Riderpiece Theater. Me, Alistair Dayhawk, and tonight, me proud to present my overall thoughts and opinions of the conference of Kamen Rider Gotcha. Now, this conference kind of hit me just a little bit because it made me realize that Geats is almost over. And I want to give you my overall thoughts of the conference and the trailer, and just give you guys also the who is playing who, and just my overall feelings about this new season as a whole. So I didn't want to do this, but then I realized, I did it for Geats, so might as well, keep the tradition alive and do one for Kamen Rider Gotcha. So without further ado, and also be warned that I'm gonna butcher people's names, but when you think about it, there's no surprise there. But you know what? I'm gonna try my best to pronounce them correctly. If not, I do apologize ahead of time, because I'm bad at names, remembering names and pronouncing names. I'm overall bad. Your Daedric Lord is bad. Oh well, it is what it is. So let me introduce you with the cast, starting with the main star. So we have Junsei Montojima. He is playing Hotaro Ichinose, and he is Kamen Rider Gotcha. And his bio is he is an ordinary high school sophomore who is not good at school but good at sports. A branch son who prioritized helping his mother, a Teishoku style restaurant owner, but still cannot find the job that he wants to do, so he takes a break. He's looking for something just for me. Gotcha! How to create new dishes using the store kitchen. After meeting Chimmy Hopper 1 and receiving Fuga Kudo's transforming belt, he discovered Gotcha through alchemy. So already I'm getting, vibes of Fose, high school setting. I am getting, the main character, Hutaro. I don't know. He reminds me of somebody. I just don't know who. But I'm getting this vibe that he is a character that pretty much doesn't know what he is getting into once he discovers this magical grasshopper. And by the end of the season, I get the feeling that either he decides to, just like Ikki, which, it reminds me of Revives just a little bit, because Ikki knew what he wanted to do, but due to, circumstances, and also the fact that, you have Daichi, I forgot his name already, but you have his middle brother who is pretty much the new leader of Bluebird, and you have Sakura, who I don't think she wants to take over the family business. So all that's left is Ikki, the older brother, to take over the family business. So I'm getting the feeling that Hutaro is either decides, hey, I'm going to be a restaurant owner just like my mother, or become a master in alchemy. Those are my guesses. So far, this kid is going to be dragged into a situation that he cannot escape from, and yeah, this is the vibe the vibes that I'm getting. So we move on to, let's see, Matsumoto Reyo, and she is playing Kudo Rene. Hutaro's classmate, studies well, works hard, always gives excellent grades, behaves politely. But that's just the surface. She's actually an alchemist, attending the Alchemy Academy, hiding in the school basement. Her father, Fuga, is a great alchemist, but she has mixed feelings because he stole a school administrated alchemy card 10 years ago and disappeared after that. She saw Hotaro turn into Gotchard and begins to cooperate with him. So we have the heroine of the story, and when I first read it, this is the first time I read it, I'm like, wait a minute. So there's a school underneath another school. So a school underneath a school. So there's two schools. So okay, so I'm getting Foze vibes. I'm getting Fate vibes, because in Fate, there is an actual school for masters, would-be masters. I don't, and what's her name again? Let me go back. See, guys, I'm terrible in remembering names. Kudo. She reminds me a little bit of, I don't know. She's familiar, but I don't know. But so far, there's an alchemy school, and then you have, a regular normal school. So apparently Hutaro is gonna be playing double duty here. He's gonna play a normal high school student while at the same time learning the arts of alchemy underneath and beneath, the high school. So, it's interesting. Alrighty, let's move on. So we move on to Matsumoto Reyo. She is playing. Hold on, my bad. It's the my bad. It's the same actress. Okay, then move on to apparently the rival Kamen Rider, which he's not a Kamen Rider yet, because according to, looking at his suit, he's not an official Kamen Rider. But we will get there. So his name is Fujibayashi Yasunrori. He is playing Kurogane, Spammer. Yeah, Spammer. And he is a graduate of the Academy of Alchemy. He is a superhuman alchemist of super, a rank sent by a higher organization to collect chemies. A cold and arrogant person who thinks chemies is nothing more than a man-made tool. During battle, he wears the Valvadar armor of his own creation. His favorite saying is, "This joke is not funny." So I'm getting from this guy Axel, Kamen Rider Axel, because he has this catchphrase where he says, "Don't question me." So if someone were to question him, he reacts to that. So I already imagine that if someone tries to make a joke, then he will say that joke is not funny. And oh man, I wish Aruto was in this show and just tried to pull those Atoja Raito jokes where Fua is the only one on Earth who can laugh at Aruto's jokes, but to have um spammer, react to, hey, this joke is not funny. Oh, I would love to see that. Is it gonna happen? Obviously not. Obviously not. But at first, when I saw him, I honestly thought he was the bad guy because the armor. He doesn't look like a Kamen Rider, at least not yet. But based on the armor, I thought that he was a bad guy. But apparently not, because according to the bio, he is the rival. So it's gonna be interesting because you have Michinaga. Is he gonna top Michinaga? I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's see. So we move on to the next character. So we have Abe Oto. She's playing Icho Renge, and she's an alchemist. That's all. Yeah, that's it. And then you have Rikiya Tomizono will play Tsuruhara, who is an alchemist and has a personality which doesn't like to go out with other people. Uh-oh. I'm already starting to get this character. It's in the top of my head, but he likes to whisper a lot, and he's dressed in black, and he has this puppet, this cat puppet in one of his hands. That kind of reminds me of that. And then we move on to the sensei. So Kumaki Rikuto will play Minito Sensei. So he's gonna be, Hotaro's teacher. We move on to Kabe Amon. He will be playing Hotaro's classmate, Ryo Kajiki. Okay. Now we move on to the villains. And when I saw them on the trailer and their photo, I was like, really? Like, this is new. Throughout my years watching Kamen Rider, I never seen a group only based on girls only. Because for the villains, it's mostly been all boys. There's some females in there, but the majority of the time it's been like mostly boys. Maybe you have a girl in their group. Like, I remember Heart's team consists of Heart, Brain, and Chase. And then later on we had what's her face? Medic, Revise. You have Julio, and then you have Oroteca, and then of course you have the leader of the Dead Man cult, which again I forgot. I forgot. See, I'm terrible with names, guys. I've already proved to you that I'm horrible with memory names, but you get the gist of it, But in this season, however, the villains this time, it consists of 3 girls, and one of them, believe it or not, is 9 years old. 9. Crazy, huh? So let me introduce you with the for the villains to the villains. So again, I'm gonna butcher. I'm gonna butcher. So you have the older sister, uh, Okita Itono. She's playing Taropos. Is the older sister of the mysterious gang operating underground with a conspiracy to exploit alchemy for evil purposes. Target 101 Kemi and the drivers that Fuga has hidden. Although she looks like a tiny girl, she can use many powerful alchemies. Kanon Miyahara, she's playing Kuroto, the sister in the middle. So it's the middle sister. She has superhuman fighting skills. And then we move on to the youngest sister. Arisa Sakamaki. She's playing La Chersis. She is the youngest sister. She has the ability to use special alchemy through the constellations of the harp she possesses. Interesting. Let's see. We move on to Haruto's mother. Yoko Mino. She's playing Tamami Ichinose. She runs a restaurant that serves Thai shoku style food. She trusts her husband to be an explorer who travels abroad and keeps an eye on her son, a typical mother of the Reiwa period. And then we have Ishimaru Kanji. He is playing Kudo Fuga, the source of all the problems in Gacha. Reni's father, a great alchemist, disappeared after stealing Kemi cards 10 years ago. Essentially, he was protecting the Kamis from the Three Sisters of Wisdom, and then handed the gacha driver to Hutaro when he was cornered by them. And that's it. That's the cast. And yes, like I'll say it again. This is the first time in maybe Kamen Rider history to see a group of villains only like with 3 girls, and the youngest one is actually 9 years old. 9. I mean, I have to say, man. So are they gonna stay throughout the season? I don't know, because it always changes. Because remember, Gilori, he was in the conference, and here I thought he was gonna stay throughout the season, and guess what? He got Thanos by Niram. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. So let's move on to the conference itself. And it's not going to be too long, hopefully. So I saw the conference. Unfortunately, it wasn't sub. So I had to figure out what the hell they were trying to say. But ultimately, I got the gist of it. The hostess was announcing the actors to come in, introduce themselves. They have their seats. And then they talk briefly about their characters. and maybe give a brief introduction about themselves as actors, if they like Kamen Rider, and how they get their roles. I believe. And then we move on to video packages for some of the actors who didn't make it to the conference, and we get to see, the singers who's gonna be doing the opening song for Gotcha, and then I don't remember exactly if the trailer started first, then the conference, or after the No, no, no. I believe the trailer started before the conference, because after the conference ended, I don't think they showed the trailer. I don't remember, but either way, they showed the trailer. Anyways, so they done their video packages for the singers and the other actors who could not make it to the conference, and then the hostess gave the actors the gotcha packs. And for those who've seen the conference, you already know what I'm talking about. She gave out to the actors for them to open the packs, and the shocking part about that is that there was only 3 cards in one pack. Only 3. Maybe 4, but for what I saw, there was only 3. And they were talking about the cards and how Gotcha uses them to transform. And then here comes the weird part. And for those who've seen the conference, I think you were giving the eyebrow rising and all that. I was surprised that the hostess said, "Hey, I'm gonna take those cards now." So after they done their mini talk, the hostess just went towards the actors and decides to, take the cards. And she gets all the cards and she goes back to a podium and she continues talking. And I was like, wow, the actors don't get to keep them? That sucks. That sucks. I'll be like, really? I can't keep them? I want to take them. Especially if I got a rare card. I mean, one of them did, but she can't keep it. Hers got taken away. And then here's another strange part. So after the cards were taken away, they done their brief talking a little bit, and then the strange thing happened. At least for me. Junsei, who is playing Gotcha, was asked to do the henshin pose, do the henshin transformation and all that, and he quickly turned around to look at the hostess, and he looked like he was caught off guard. That's what I got from watching that part. I don't know if you guys seen the conference. Maybe you could help me explain what actually happened. From what I was getting at, he was caught off guard, and he was nervous. And he hesitated a little bit. You could tell by his hands too. He was like, I'm not sure. But he came in at the center, and he was, indeed nervous. He took a deep breath, and he did his henshin thing, and he did it. He didn't botch it or anything like that, and he was relieved. He sat down, and then they had their little wrap up at the end, and it's pretty much please watch Kamen Rider Gotcha. We put our hard work, our hearts and soul into these characters we were casted in. Please give us a chance, and hopefully kids will love it. Well, fans will love it in general, and Hopefully, it will inspire people to be good and all that stuff. So I can imagine the last gist of it. And then that was the end of the conference. And overall, the conference was meh. It did what it needed to do. I felt sorry a little bit for Junsei because again, he looked like he got caught off guard when the hostess asked, "Hey, can you do a henshin?" And it was weird. And then, of course, the hostess takes away the cards. I'm like, just let him keep the cards. Let them keep it. Nope, fork him over. I'll build a deck out of them or something. um, and then I will move on to the trailer. I've seen it twice. Overall, well, before I give my opinions, I might as well read to you, the summary of the show. So it reads, alchemy is a science that attempts to create gold from various different combinations. One experiment to do so artificially beings to life, a race of creatures. And the story revolves around an era where these experiments were being conducted in secret. In the story, the artificial life forms known as the chemis, made to imitate things that exist in the world, such as grasshoppers, were created from the art of the best alchemy techniques. Each and every one of them were carefully stored in a Rider chemi cards until they were accidentally released all at once into the wild. Our main protagonist, or MC, Hutaro Ichinose, is entrusted with the Gotchard driver and the mission to recollect the chemis that has been released into the world. Some are well suited for human companionship, and if resorted with a good heart. Wow. Hutaro can fuse them and transform into Kamen Rider Gacha. However, those that are influenced by human malice, there is a danger of them birthing monsters known as the Amalgam. This is a story that explores the nature of good and evil, which are two sides of the same coin. Will Gacha be able to collect them all, or will he let his carelessness mark the destruction of the world? So that's the brief summary of the overall season of Kamen Rider Gacha. Now, going back to the trailer. After watching it twice, I have to say I'm not looking forward to this season. I got a meh out of it. I'm not hyped for the next season at all. It doesn't necessarily mean the show's going to be bad. I usually reserve my judgment after watching a couple of episodes. And then afterwards, I'll give out, okay, this is good, this is going to be bad. So usually with trailers, I don't really get excited. Usually, I usually get excited, after watching a couple of episodes. Just like Geats. Geats is a perfect example because after a couple of episodes, I'm like, Yuya's, as the writer, it's good, I want to keep watching. Like, I'm dying for more. In this case here, so far, I'm not excited for the new season. So I have to wait and see and watch a couple of episodes and then be like, okay, this is my overall take. Am I gonna keep watching or I'm gonna stop? But for the sake of this channel, I have to watch it no matter what, if it sucks or not. And mind you, when I watched Ghost and Saber, there was moments there that I was like, I just don't want to watch it. I don't like it. It's horrible. But I stuck through it. I stuck through it because for reasons, maybe a couple of characters that I like, I'm gonna watch for them, or maybe I have this fool's hope that the show will turn around, but ultimately it doesn't. So yeah, so Gotcha has a huge weight on its shoulders because Geats has left a bar way up in terms of writing. I thought that Revise, even though there's some people who didn't like Revise, which I understand, I felt that Revise was better than Saver, and it broke the bar. Now Geats broke it even further. So can Gotcha break Geats in terms of writing? As what I based on what I saw, just the trailer itself, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And I did a little research, and there's two writers writing this show. And the names are Kiichi Hasegawa and Hiroki Uchida. And based on the writing credit, this person here, Kenchi, yeah, Kaichi, he wrote for Double, he wrote for Forze, he wrote for Drive, he wrote for Ghost, Saber, and now Gotcha. And mind you, he didn't do the whole season. He only did, according to this, he wrote from episode 11 to episode 44. He wrote Double, and for Forze, he wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He wrote 8 episodes. Drive, he wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, based on what I'm looking at here, he wrote not a whole lot of episodes, but he wrote a good amount per season. Now, if I move on to Hiroki, hold on just a moment. He's basically a new writer because he wrote a couple of episodes for Saber. He wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes for Saber. He only wrote 1 episode for Revise, and then Gotcha. So he's basically a new writer, an up-and-coming writer. So yeah, so this is going to be interesting because you have 2 writers. One of them is an up-and-coming writer who wrote a couple of episodes versus a veteran writer who wrote a couple of writer seasons that I enjoyed while others I did not. So we'll see what happens here with Gotcha with the 2 of them. So yeah, so with the trailer, it was a little bit meh. And Hutaro, he's an innocent boy who doesn't know what he wants to do for his life. It's understandable for a high school student in 10th grade, but at the end he will find his way. This war between the 3 sisters will change him for the better, I hope. And just decide, hey, I want to be a master chemist to maybe own a restaurant just like his mom. We'll see. ultimately, overall, I'm going to take the wait and see approach. And before I wrap this up, the suit. Well, two suits actually. When I first saw the Gotcha suit, I was like, ooh, it looks ugly. Like, what the hell is Toei like? I mean, due to the reprints, I get it. They're lazy. They're running out of ideas. But then when the suit came to life, I was like, hey, even though the drawing was cacas, the way it came out, it's not that bad. And the goggles is certainly a nice touch. Unfortunately, I don't think you could shift the goggles in front of the eyes or move them up, but I mean the goggles is a nice touch. And then when you have the purple rider, which I'm gonna pull air quotes because technically he's not a rider because he created the armor himself. I thought he was the main bad guy, but I was wrong. He is the rival of Gotcha. And I already imagined that he is gonna wipe the floor with him and be like, oh, why are you questions like, you're Gotcha? You're the savior of this world? Like, you can't even, kill a fly. Like, you too, I don't know, clean or too weak? I already imagine, but he's perfect because I think he will keep Hutaro on his toes and be like, yeah, this is serious. I can't be my happy, cheery self, But for the suits, I like the suits, especially gachas. Am I gonna get the toy? I don't know. Wait and see. But yeah. So I'm sorry that this video is a bit long, but I just wanted to get you guys everything from the summary to the actors to the brief bio and all that. I'm sorry that I didn't give you guys a complete detail on the trailer, but you could always watch it on YouTube. So you don't really need me to summarize and look and just do a recap of the trailer. You could always watch it yourself. I'm just giving you my overall thoughts on it, and that's it. For the sake of the longevity of this video, which is already long as it is. Other than that, that is it. Thank you so much for listening. Please give a like if you like it. Please subscribe. And please tell me if you have watched the conference and the trailer. Please tell me all about it on the comments below of what you think. And are you excited for Gotcha? I already tell you guys, I'm not excited, but hopefully after a couple of episodes in, maybe my attitude would change. But for right now, it's not. So, I'm honest with you guys, at least, Please tell me your opinions on the trailer and the conference, alright? And please let me know with that scene with the hostess and Junsei and the card stealing and the henshin pose, and tell me all about that. Tell me everything. What's your thoughts about it? Alright guys, I'm rambling, so I'll see you all on the other side of Oblivion. Johnny!